let's go ahead and lead off with that because I think it transitions into our other stuff really, really well. So it's been reported that WWE now is going to be having NXT do the 2300, and I think that's Philadelphia. Yeah, I think Philadelphia. The 2300 building in Philadelphia that AEW is going to be doing. They're going to be doing that the week before AEW does it. Then there's also the stuff with, obviously, NXT Battleground being booked the last second to be the exact same day as AEW's Double or Nothing. Now we're hearing reports that Evolution is going to be the exact same day as All In. So it's like a lot of just very obvious counter booking. Not even just that, though. The Saturday night's main event as well is also going to be basically the same day as All In. I think it's like a day before All In. And this past Saturday night's main event was also a day before All In, which, funny enough, I found to be odd because I thought what was going to happen with Saturday night's main event was they were going to be the start or end of every quarter. So you would have January, February, March. We had one in January. Then it would go April, May, June. I thought one was going to be in June, not in May. It seemed really odd to be in the middle of the quarter. And then it's July, August, September. Now we're starting the quarter with it. So we started the quarter, went to the middle of the quarter, started the quarter, and then we're going to end the quarter with, what is that? Where we at? July, August, September, and then October, November, December. Are we still going to do it in December, or are we going to do it in October to counter, what is that, Full Gear, I think that is? That could be something else, but I'm pretty sure it's Full Gear. No, I think Full Gear is November. There's another pay-per-view before Full Gear, though. It's either in October or November, one of the two. But are we going to keep doing that? Like, is that going to be the play there? And then the pay-per-views and all that, I mean, the PLEs, they're going to be the exact, like the NXT PLEs at least, are going to be the exact same day as AEW ones. Look, I'm all for competition. I'm not for bad tribalism, though. And WWE has already kind of shown their hand with some of their takes that they've had about AEW. I know Triple H has, said that competition is good and all that stuff, but Nick Khan has made some very, in my opinion, dumbass comments of we don't sign people and just not use them when there's like a whole roster of people that they ain't using right now. And I think the worst part about all this, though, is because this kind of leads into the whole tribalistic take, or like, I guess the tribalism in a sense, is that you're booking the exact same day, looking low-key like a bully. Like, you got like 2 or 3 pay-per-views surrounding a WWE one. Like, I could see if it was one. I could see if it was just NXT or just WWE. That's fine. That's like when an artist and like another artist drop the exact same day. But imagine if, like, let's say Kendrick and J. Cole dropped, right? And we have like Kendrick's group of TDE. So let's say Kendrick drops, and also Schoolboy Q, and also Absol, and also J-Rock, and also Isaiah Rashad, or even SZA, or just somebody all signed to that like top dollar crew, and it's only J. Cole that drops that day. Now it's like, okay, bruh, for real, you had to get the whole group just to be dropping the exact same day, or y'all all gonna be like surrounding J. Cole's, his album release as well. Like, that just feels like it's more so bullying and less so competitive. Like, WWE has multiple things to all drop the exact same day. AEW doesn't have that because they're not technically trying to do that. Like, AEW is the smaller guy, so why would they want to drop multiple on the same day? It doesn't really make any sense, and it doesn't really make much sense from an AEW standpoint because the only other thing you can really do is Ring of Honor. But why would you want Ring of Honor and AEW to constantly be like one day apart from each other? That doesn't really look the greatest, especially when you already have like Dynamite and then Ring of Honor Thursdays happening like one day apart from each other. So it's like you wouldn't want to do that. And it also looks like bullying again from just WWE side, because it's like you're the bigger guy. You should not be looking at AEW and being like, we need to take fans from AEW because we're scared that AEW is going to overtake us. WWE is a dynasty. There's no way, unless TKO just completely shits the bed, there's no way that WWE could have that astronomical of a fall off. And even if it did, people are still going to know the 3 letters WWE more than they would AEW. It's just not going to be a thing. AEW, I don't think it could ever overtake WWE unless they just did something so damn heinous. Like, I'm going to be real with you. These guys would have to do the most heinous act in the world just to actually get overtaken by AEW. And even then, it would still take a lot of years for them to do so. So it's like, I think the competition, it's good when it's healthy. Like, when it was healthy, Tribal Chief, Kenny Omega versus Hangman Adam Page. You had MJF as well. You had CM Punk there. Like, that's when it's healthy, is when both companies look great. When it's not healthy is right now, where WWE is more focused on counter booking than they are actually booking. You know, booking some proper stuff going on over there. The Seth Rollins faction is kind of just looking like whatever. You got folks agreeing with Dave Meltzer, of all people. Which, mind you, WWE fans don't even like Dave Meltzer. So the fact that they're actually agreeing with Dave Meltzer and be like, you know what, maybe the Seth Rollins faction isn't really looking the greatest right now. When you got John Cena's retirement tour, and this is the storyline that we decided to do with it, this weird heel storyline that isn't actually that good, when you got people saying that the best heel turn this year might have actually been in another company, like not even just AEW, but like in another company in general, like, that's not good. That's not good. And WWE has had a really bad year. It's just a very safe thing to say. It's been one of the worst years. When you got folks saying that they would rather have Vince McMahon booking right now than to have Triple H, and them saying that maybe Vince McMahon actually ran WWE better than Triple H and TKO, that's when it becomes a problem. That's when it's like, ooh, maybe this whole competitive thing ain't working that well for WWE, because when Vince was in charge, I hate to be like this person that kind of like bigs up Vince, but like when Vince was in charge and AEW and WWE were going blow to blow with each other, WWE looked great. Vince McMahon created what? Tribal Chief. He also had Bayley and Sasha going at each other and finally gave Sasha a dang big win for the first time ever. He had the mid-card looking amazing. The tag teams were looking pretty dang good. Nowadays, it's just the top card and the rest of the card just looks like whatever. Like, you got 2 or 3 storylines really going on Raw right now. 2 of them are basically intertwined with each other. The Jey Uso stuff with the with the Seth Rollins stuff, and then you also you have everything in your top card basically intertwined. You have Seth Rollins, CM Punk, Sami Zayn, Jey Uso, all involved in the exact same storyline. You could really throw Gunther in there as well because he's trying to get the World Heavyweight title. You have Jey Uso in 5 different dang storylines, 2 of which he probably doesn't even need to be in. You got Dominic Mysterio. You're doing the exact same thing with Judgment Day that you did last year, that you did also the year before that. It's like, why? Like, we're doing repetitive storylines, and we're having our world champion basically be shoved down everybody's throats. Rhea Ripley shoved down everybody's throats. It's like all of the stars they want to push, they just shove them down everybody's throats so that you have to like them, so that they keep getting merch sales. And it's like, okay, cool, merch sales are great. When does the product become great again, though? When does that become great again? Does it never become great again? I hate to say this about WWE, but like, WWE is low-key becoming UFC, where there's just not much interesting happening in UFC right now, and a large part of it is because of TKO. That's just what it is, because of Dana White as well. You could throw him in there too, and WWE is kind of failing right now because of another bald man in Triple H. In TKO, Triple H is a money-hungry dude as well. That's why he's kind of allowing TKO to do whatever they want to do. He's not even trying to put his foot down by any means. Vince McMahon, he would put his foot down when it came to TKO. They wouldn't be able to do X, Y, Z. You didn't have all these dang ads everywhere. You didn't have Prime always being outside the damn ring every single time. You didn't have all your damn wrestlers drinking Prime every single damn time. Like, it's gotten to the point where it's like, WWE is ad filled. WWE is commercial filled. Even when there's not a commercial going on, there's a commercial going on because they're promoting something during the show. Like, they promoted those 2 I don't know their name, but the 2 white dudes, their show on Netflix, they promoted that show at least 4 or 5 times. I was like, oh my gosh. So it's like, so it's like you're more focused on counter booking AEW and halting them, and by doing so, AEW is having easily its best year, and this could low-key be argued to be one of the best years in wrestling ever, with every amazing thing going on right now, and you're hurting your own product by doing so. And it's like, at what point in time do you say, maybe we should stop counter booking them, and instead we should just start focusing on our own product? I don't know when WWE does that because TKO is just money hungry. They're going right back to Vegas. I know people were kind of iffy on New Orleans, but like you promised New Orleans the damn WrestleMania next year, and then you're like, yeah, I know, let's go back to Vegas. But we all know why they're going back to Vegas. It's not because they want to get the fans' reception. No, it's because they want to get money. They had one of the biggest gates they ever had this year. These dudes are walking out with the damn pants around their ankles. That's how much money they actually had in their damn pockets. And next year, they ain't going to be able even to probably be even able to walk. Them men are going to be just literally stopped in their place because of all the money they're going to get. But the problem is, or well, I guess what I should say is that true though? Is Ash 100% right about that? Are they going to get the same money next year they got this year? Because you didn't sell out this year. Mind you, they sold out WrestleMania 40. You sold out 39. But you didn't sell out 41 when the main events were Roman, Seth, and Punk, Cena, and Cody? You didn't sell out that? You had Rhea, Bianca, and Io having a match. You had Tiffany and Charlotte having a match. You had Rey Fenix there. You had Penta, Dom, Braun, and Finn. Well, I mean, I probably shouldn't have included Finn, but whatever. Maybe that was the one where everyone was like, ugh, maybe I'm not going to buy a ticket. Hey, look at me. I'm on my hate Finn Balor way right now because this man's getting $7 million, and that's why he's staying in WWE. One day I'm going to have a talk about Finn Balor's career in WWE because this is actually probably the worst looking career that I've seen, especially from like a top guy coming over to WWE. But I'll talk about that in the future though. But yeah, no, it's like, what do you do next year that's going to be better than this year? Like, what main event are you going to throw together next year? Because this, like, on paper, if you were to look at this WrestleMania and every WrestleMania ever, this looks like a top 5 WrestleMania, just on paper. The amount of superstars you have there. If you were to tell somebody last year that next year's WrestleMania main event is going to be Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, CM Punk, people would be like, oh, yes, I am buying the tickets. I don't care how much they cost. If I told y'all that John Cena is going to turn heel next year and him and Cody are going to have a main event match, they're going to be like, what? John Cena turning heel versus Cody Rhodes? Oh, yes. If I told somebody that Rhea, Bianca, and Io were going to be fighting for the Women's World Championship, they're going to be like, what the? Oh, just take all my money. But then they didn't, they didn't fill out this year. They didn't fill out this year, even though they had this all-star just freaking lineup. Like, this looks like the most beautiful lineup on paper until you see how everything kind of like just played out going into Mania. The stories were boring. Rhea, Bianca, Io was a boring story. Seth Punk and Roman was just decent. Tiffany versus Charlotte got weird towards the second half of it. Jay and Gunther was boring as hell. Cody and Cena was really good promos. The feud was just kind of whatever. Like, if you look beneath the promos, the feud's just sure, why not? I guess. And like a lot of these other things like Braun, Penta, Dom, Finn had literally no buildup whatsoever. You could have had AJ in there. You didn't do that. AJ and Logan had a horrible buildup. What was the other match? Jacob and LA Knight had a whatever buildup. Like, there wasn't really much there. Hell, El Grande and Rey Fenix had literally no buildup at all. So it's like, when is it going to be a thing for WWE to be like, let's stop focusing on the counter booking because it's hurting us and start focusing on WWE? I don't know when, because AEW is only going to get better and better. Also, another dumb thing about this as well, which is why it's like one of the worst business tactics ever. Why would you want to book a bunch of shows around AEW and make it more and more obvious that you're booking around AEW? Because then you're literally giving publicity to AEW. That makes zero sense. You're gonna put 3-4 shows on the same night. And then you're going to you're going to continuously do this to the point where people are going to realize what you're doing, and then they're going to see AEW show there and be like, oh, what's this company right here? Let me go check this dang thing out. Especially when the shows aren't even really that good to begin with, man. So it's like, I don't know, man.